How to attach the roof of your house. Lesson objectives are to properly score and slip slabs onto the house to create a roof and determine the appropriate size for your roof. Now you can kind of envision what your roof will look like because way back we made our templates, right? So here's a front and back. I can actually take my template for the roof and determine, do I like this amount of overhang? So you should be adding the roof after you have completed most of the surface decorations on the house exterior. Of course, you can always go back and do some more. So if your slabs are too soft, just note that they might sag when you put them on. So we don't want that to happen. We want them to be placed like this. Now, if your house is not this type of form, obviously your steps are going to be a little different, but it's the same idea. We want your roof to be secure. And keep this in mind. Yes, you do need to reinforce the roof with clay. Now, a couple of things before we attach these two slabs. Do you want them to attach like this? Because if we do that, where these two edges, where there's space in between, are you prepared to fill that in, right? So you probably need to either bevel, right? We need to bevel the edges so they actually meet together, or you can do stacking where one overlaps on the other. It is your choice. For my example here in the video, I have already beveled the edges of these slabs, and I've already taken them to see, are they going to fit together? Now for this, how do I know where to score? Because I have to put this on top, right? So first, just kind of take your slab and look at each side, right? Do you like the overhang that is here? Do you like the overhang that's happening on the side here? I want to know where to score, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. So I can actually take my needle tool and draw a line along the edge here so I can visually see where to score. This is so I have less cleanup. So now I have a couple lines on here, and then I know where I need to actually do my scoring. Of course, you may also want to score down here just in case, especially where it's meeting this edge. So as you can see, I've scored here, so let's apply our slip. Now this is a little bit of a delicate process. I've applied slip to the house, so now I'm going to take this and let's rotate it so you can see what I'm doing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking underneath to make sure that these areas of the house match up to each side. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach the second piece. So let's slip on here. You don't need a lot of slip because we're going to do some cleanup. And this is when you can make sure that your slabs actually line up with each other. Okay, I have both of my slabs on the house. The slip is doing its job at the moment. It's setting up, so I want to be gentle. But the next step is actually taking care of this seam. Can I blend it together? I can. I can take a little bit of just water and blend it gently. I can blend it with my finger. If you plan on putting something right along the edge here, you could also add a little bit of clay. For example, I want to fill in this crease in here. I can fill it in with a very, very small piece of clay, and I'm just scoring and slipping to make sure that it's going to be all right. I want to make the roof bulky though, so really important that you spend some time cleaning up the edge. This is before we add any surface decorations. Okay, no surface decorations yet. You really need to work on getting this secure. Now the next step is also blending right in here. What's happening in the front? Like, do I need to blend it with a tool? Now, yes, you do need to check underneath the roof. Some students forget about this, and we need to smooth all the seams. So what you do is you have to literally gently pick up your roof and see, oh, look, I have all these score marks. I need to hide those. Look, I've got a little bit of area right here that is open, right? It's exposed. So I'm going to actually fill that in with a little bit of clay. Now I can push down to make sure that this is actually attached, but I can also go in and just like you learned when you were doing the corners of your house when you were constructing it, yeah, you can fill it in with a little bit of clay and work on getting that kind of smushed in using a sculpting tool. I have my roof attached. As you can tell, I have spent some time getting it smoothed out. Now I lost some of the texture, so I'm going to have to go back in and get those. Definitely, again, take a look underneath your roof. Do you need to trim anything? But once you're done attaching the roof, you need to do a mastery check, okay? You need to do a mastery check so Miss J can check your roof, all the edges, the seams. Then, after you've done that mastery check, after the roof is attached, add any surface decorations according to your plan.